Alright, hey, here's Meg here. Thanks for following along with my KX100 shock install project here, okay? So the next part was going to involve getting the top of the shock to fit properly in the bike, okay? So supposedly the reservoir is larger than the KLX140 reservoir, so you need to move the shock to the right a little bit so this won't hit the frame, okay? It is bigger, so that's the problem. So what has to be done is it has to be pushed to the side, and you have to make a spacer. So basically, I got this from a post on Thumper Talk. Okay, I will put a link below where I got it. Okay, so they did all the work, and I'm just kind of just making a video about it. Okay, and yeah, I'm surprised nobody's made a video about this. But what's gonna happen is we gotta grind 8mm off of the spacer that's currently on the KLX140, and then we have to fabricate an 8mm spacer for the other side. Okay, it's kind of a weird design. We're gonna go take a look at it in a bit. Okay, but yeah, so that's what you gotta do to move the shock over a tiny little bit. 8mm, and then everything fits like magic. So I didn't like, they did the hard work. And I'm just following along basically, and this project is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Okay, but the rear suspension on the KLX has just been like crap, for a long time now, and I'm trying to fix it. Okay, so all right, thanks for following along. All right, let's go. We're about 90% there, so let's finish this. All right, here's we go. All right, let's get her done. All right, so this is where the top shock mount is. As you can see, it's kind of odd looking, right? It looks like it should mount in the middle, but it doesn't. It kind of mounts to the left of this mount right here, okay? So what we need to do is shave this 8mm to the right, and then we have to make an 8mm spacer to push the shock out to the right, okay? So that's what we're gonna do, okay? So to do that, I will enlist the aid of a spacer. Okay, there's our spacer. I will go measure it, like the dimensions of it. I just found this in my toolbox. Hades Omega keeps stuff like this, okay, for when I do fabrication projects, and here it is. So I got one for free. I'm pretty sure you can go to your local hardware store and get this. Okay, in the Thumper Talk posts, what they used is the part that goes where the bearings are. The bearings, kind of the inner part of the bearing right here, okay? So in the Thumper Talk post, they took this out. Okay, they took this out and they cut it. They cut it so it would be 8mm. Okay, I think if you cut it in half, it's roughly 8mm is what they said. Okay, but we're going to use this instead. Okay, this fits right over that, no problem. Now it has a taper to it. Okay, and like I said, it looks like the ends are tapered. So we're gonna go grind this flat. All right, before we even cut it. All right, here we go. But yeah, what they did in the Thumper Talk post is they took this out and then they cut it to 8mm. But I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin a perfectly good spacer. I mean, I know I can't sell it. It's like a Frankenshock, but yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm going to grind it flat on the grinder here. Okay, before I cut this, I'm going to go measure this spacer for you guys. So if you guys want to go down to like Lowe's or Home Depot or your local hardware store, you guys will know the dimensions of the spacer that I used. Okay, so I'll go start with the length here, which doesn't really matter because we got to cut it down to 8mm. It is 42mm. Okay, 42mm long. Outer diameter is 19mm. 19mm outer diameter. Inner diameter 10mm. Okay, there you go. So it's for a 10mm bolt. That looks like the right one. Okay, and it looks like it's got some kind of coating on it to keep it from seizing or rusting, so that's good. So there you go. Those were the dimensions. I will put a subtitle below what the dimensions were. Okay, but it's a 10mm spacer is what it is. It looks pretty strong too. All right, let's go grind this a little bit. Okay, we're going to grind the end flat because it's got a taper to it. Okay, it kind of messed it up a little bit. I think the hole isn't like totally straight. But it should be flat on this side, okay? The other side will be flat because we're going to cut it anyway, so. Alright, we're going to probably have to ream it. Let me get the reamer out. We're just going to ream it round again. Maybe this isn't a straight. It's kind of odd. Yeah, there's still a little bit. I'm not grinding it totally flat. Okay, hold on. I still see a little bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is measure 8 millimeters off. So I'm gonna go set my caliper to 8 millimeters. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna go mark it with the marker. So we want this to be exactly 8 millimeters. I want to mark everything that we're going to cut. Okay. I'm just moving it a little bit at a time, trying to make this as precise as possible. Okay, so we gotta just basically make this black line disappear. Okay, yep, so basically make the black line disappear. That's what we gotta do. To cut that, I'm gonna enlist the aid of my Harbor Freight cutting wheel tool, okay? Here goes. Oh. Not good to have toilet paper. Not good to have. Oh man. Hold on. Oh. I was wondering what that burning smell is. Bad idea to have flammable stuff around. Okay. Okay, there we go. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna go dunk it in the water. Okay, yeah, it's not totally perfect. It didn't come out totally perfect, but we can just grind it flat. Okay, hopefully. What I should have done is made it a little bit bigger so we can machine it down a little bit. You can see it's very hot. All right, so how did Hades Omega do? It's a little bit bigger than 8 millimeters. Not gonna lie. Tad bigger than 8 mil. Yeah, just a tad bigger. Okay, so we can grind it down a little bit. Plus I have to take these little burrs off and stuff, okay? Sorry, the camera, it has a hard time focusing on this. But yeah, there it is. I just have to clean it up now, okay? Little bit more, just a little bit more. All right, so that's nearly 8 millimeters right there, okay? Pretty much right on the money, okay? I'm gonna go ream it out so we can get the bolt through there nicely. Where'd that reamer go? Okay, I'm gonna ream this out. Yeah, it looks good. Looks like it's not totally flat, but that should do it. All right, let's go get the bolt and see if it goes through still. Okay, here's the shock bolt right here. Fits through, no problem, all right? Cool, that's pretty much where it's gonna go. All right, cool. So there's our 8 millimeter spacer completed. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna clean this because it's really dirty. let me clean it with some wire brush first. Okay, cleaning. I'm just cleaning it so we can mark it with the marker. It's not gonna stick to all this dirt, so. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move this wire out of the way because this wire is gonna get cut. It's gonna get cut if we leave it here. Alright, so we move that out of the way. We'll remember to put that back. Okay, looks good. And there's still kind of a wire over here. I know, right? There's not a whole lot of room to work with is what I'm gonna say here. Okay, just be careful not to cut that wire. Okay, so we're going to use our 8mm spacer as a template to mark what we're going to cut. Basically, everything that I mark in black is what we're going to cut. Okay, so hold it up to the edge. Just color in everything. This is kind of hard because there's not a lot of room to work with. I'm going to try to freehand the rest. Okay, I installed a fresh cutting wheel. Here we go. You know what? I'm going to do it from the right side. The sparks go up into my eyes, so. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. So in the post, they put a tin foil or aluminum foil over the carburetor inlet, okay? Because there's gasoline in there, it could ignite, just like how that piece of tissue paper ignited. So yeah, the sparks are very, they will start a fire. So I didn't use a napkin or anything. Normally I would use just stuff a napkin in there, but the aluminum foil will not catch on fire. At least I don't think it will. Okay? All right, here we go. Round two. I'm gonna move the camera to. So there you go. There's aluminum foil protecting the carburetor. Okay, you didn't want to get any of those sparks in there because it could mess up your carb. And two, it may ignite the fuel that's inside the carburetor. So yeah, we don't want that. All right, here we go. Okay, did you get that? I'm gonna get my pliers and pull out. It didn't quite fall out yet. Hopefully I did a good job. I just grinded all the black off. That's all I did. Really hot. Don't let it touch you. Okay, this is what I grinded out. Oh yeah, the actual threads are on this one. Huh. Okay. Well, hopefully it'll go in. Just make sure we clean this a little bit, make it flat. Okay, that looks like it might do the trick. I think we should go put the shock in now, see if it fits. Okay, well the first thing we should do is see if the bolt fits. So there's a longer one and a shorter one. I don't remember which one goes where, but we'll find out when I put it in right now. Okay, so this one is supposed to go in like this, and hopefully it still screws in. Yes, it still does. Good. Looks like it's having a little bit of trouble going in there, but let's see if we can re-thread the bolts a little bit. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Tell Hades Omega's a little nervous right now. do it right. Okay, it's a little hard to get in, but it looks like it's okay. And I don't think this is the right one. I think it's supposed to be the longer one. Yeah, the bolt doesn't go out all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out and put the other one. Okay, the longer bolt goes on top, guys. But it shouldn't matter. You should be able to you know, it should be the same pitch and everything. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, let's put the shock in, see if it fits. It screws on just fine. Oh, it smells like burning metal in here. Strong smell of burning metal. Can't be good for your health. Okay, here we go. So it's got there's the spacer right here, and we're gonna drop this onto the clevis. Okay. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay, one of my spacers fell out for the shock. Not good. Okay, I'll just put it back up. Smaller one fell out. Let's make sure it doesn't fall out. Okay. Okay, meow. We gotta move this shock. Well, we don't have to move it, but okay, so now we got to see if the spacer fits in there with it. All right. So here's the spacer. It looks like it doesn't fit. Looks like I need to shave it down a tad. Or I can bend this tab here. No, it needs to be shaved a little bit. Too much. Yeah, it's not going in. Okay, so should I grind that or this? I think, I don't know, let me see. So that's the thing right there. It doesn't appear, it doesn't, oh yeah, I see what they're talking about. Yeah, so right here, this comes really, really close to the frame right here, okay? And like right now, it looks like it's got like 2 or 3 millimeters of clearance. So I think what I'm gonna do is grind the frame a little bit more, okay? I thought it was a little bit too, I thought we didn't cut enough, so we'll just keep on grinding it down. Okay, we can grind the other one a little bit too. Just keep on shaving it. What I'm doing is I'm gonna keep on shaving it down until everything fits in there nicely. Okay, so and then I got to make sure that the bolt still fits. So where did that bolt go? Okay, and just make sure that this bolt keeps on fitting in. It's able to keep on going in here. Okay. If anything, it's probably better to just. That's this one. Okay. It may have deformed it a little bit when we got hot. So. Okay, I've done it. So I machined or I shaved down both of them one at a time, okay? Until this one slid in, okay? So slide that in. Oh, it's really tight actually. I think the spacer might be a little bit crooked. Maybe. Goes in. So this is going to make installing the shock a little bit pain in the ass. Okay, I got it to fit. 7.5 7.5 millimeters, okay? I had to grind the spacer down to 7.5 millimeters. I think it might be a little too loose now, but that's okay. When we tighten it, it'll clamp down on it, so it'll be fine. This wire gets in the way, man. How freaking annoying. There we go. Squeeze in. I don't know why it's really hard to get it in the last bit. Here we got a bigger wrench. Okay, so what I'm going to do is lower this wheel till the hole lines up, and then put this guy in here. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh, it's gotta compress it a little bit. Doesn't fit with the dog bone in there now. Well, that's not good. What the heck? It doesn't fit with the dog bone in there now. Oh, hold on. Let me go look this up. Now what we could do is we could grind the flange a little bit, okay? We could grind the flange just enough where we can stick it through here, okay? That's what we could do. I don't know why it's doing this. Maybe it's because we changed the geometry, man. It's just barely doesn't fit. Yeah. Okay. Let's take this off. Yeah, the flange doesn't fit on the bolt anymore, so we need to grind one of the flanges down a little bit, okay? I'm gonna go look that up on the internet. Okay, yeah, so it didn't mention this problem at all in the Really? Yeah. Yeah, it hits the dog bone. I feel like it'll go in, but hits the dog bone. We gotta grind one of the part of the flanges out. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grind a piece of the flange off here. Okay, so you should have the rest of it. So, and then it should fit. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't fit, man. I don't know what I gotta do to massage it to get it to fit in there. But okay, so this was not. I looked in that web tutorial post, and it doesn't have anything about the lower bolt not fitting. So, yeah. All right. Oh, I will go grind this on the grinder. Okay, there we go. I had to shave the whole flange off to get it out. Okay, I'm just gonna hit it with the hammer. Hopefully it'll come out the other side. Okay, now we got another problem. It won't spin like that. It will not spin because it's gonna hit it. What? That is really weird. Yeah, it won't go in anymore. And I can't tighten it. Yeah, it's already. Let me go take a look at the other side. Oh man, what the heck? Yeah. Yeah, it's in. All I gotta do is start screwing it. Yeah, the clearances are not. Maybe I have to grind the dog bone too. To say it, I might have to grind the dog bone a little bit. Take the dog bone out first. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try taking the dog bone out first. Okay, I don't know why, but it doesn't fit unless I take the dog bone out. So, okay, we're gonna take this dog bone out. So it'll move it. Dog bone is out. And the bolt is out. We can move the dog bone up now, okay? And then now, okay, so we didn't have to grind it. We just have to move the dog bone. And then that goes in, okay? So that's what's gonna have to happen from now on, because it doesn't clear the dog bone. Okay, but Yeah, it should be fine. If I could find a new bolt, then yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna snug it right for now. That's good. Okay, and then we're gonna put the bolt back in. The dog bone should clear now because it's inside now, I think. So I don't know, man. It's maybe because we flipped the linkage, it doesn't fit perfectly anymore. So yeah, you're definitely messing around with the bike's geometry, you know, suspension geometry. So yeah, okay. So and then put this in. Okay, so the dog bone has to come out every time now. You don't have to take it out, but you have to move it aside first. Okay. All right, there it is. We're done. Okay, let's go check the clearances, and then we will take the spring off, and then we'll check the travel. Okay. Here we go. Whew. Okay, there's the finished product, guys. How do you like them apples? Wow, it is really close to the frame, like so close. I want to grind the reservoir a little bit. Did I not grind enough on this side maybe? Could be, I'm not sure. But let's take the shock off. Oh, let's take the jack off, okay? There it is. If I pull up on this, it shouldn't go anywhere. Oh yeah, it moves a little bit. Okay, yeah. It looks good. So there's the top. Okay, so I wound up it being the spacer being 7.5 millimeters. Okay. Maybe we didn't grind this side enough. I'm not sure, but it's really close to this. Okay, so wow, it is like almost touching. I can barely get my fingernail through that. That is so close. Okay, so that's the reason why you need to shave this, okay, and make a spacer and move the shock to the right a little bit, is because this almost touches this. Okay, now maybe we could. I don't want to grind the frame. I don't really want to grind the reservoir either. So that's like the best option right there, and everything fits in there. So there you go. Very nice. It looks like it belongs there, almost. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a travel test, okay? I'm going to take the shock back apart. We're going to take the shock back out, and then I'm going to take the spring off, and then we're going to mount the shock, and then we're going to move it through its whole travel and see where the wheel lines up, okay? And then also we'll check to see how this moves through the stroke, okay? This reservoir. Let me see. If it goes like this, yeah, I think it's fine. Because if this goes up, I think the shock is going to move back like this. It moves back just a little bit. It should move farther away from this. So this is like the most it'll be at, okay? Like if I move this up a little bit, let's take a look at it. Yeah, it doesn't really move at all, actually. Let's see it move. Okay, so I'm going to take it back apart. So whenever we have to take this apart or put it back in, dog bone has to be disconnected, okay? Move the dog bone up a little bit, and then loosen this, and then take it out. Okay? All right, and then so I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna uninstall the spring real quick, and then we're gonna throw it back on, and we're gonna test the travel and like the geometry, like how everything moves and stuff, to see what the clearance is. But it looks good. All right, here's me go.